Hi, this is your indie author from South Philly, Elizabeth Griffin, and I'm here to talk to you about sentences. So what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that contain a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. An example of this would be Melissa reads. Melissa is the subject, reads is the verb, and it expresses a complete thought. If you hear the term independent clause, then they're talking about a sentence. The two are used interchangeably. A dependent clause contains a subject and a verb, but unlike a sentence, it does not express a complete thought. An example of this would be, Elizabeth is. Elizabeth is what? It doesn't tell you anything. You need to add to the clause to make it a sentence. Elizabeth is going to the store. Now it is no longer a dependent clause, but an independent clause. You may come across the term compound sentence. A compound sentence is two sentences that are joined by a conjunction. And as we learned from the previous video, a conjunction is one of the 8 parts of speech. And as a refresher, I'm going to list them again for you. The 8 parts of speech are noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, interjection, and preposition. You can check out my previous video to get a full definition of those parts of speech. You may also come across something called a complex sentence. A complex sentence is an independent clause and a dependent clause. And you join those two together with words like because or for. The last type of sentence is a compound complex sentence. And that's fun. A compound complex sentence has 2 sentences joined by a conjunction, which is and, but, nor, for. And in addition to that, you can have 1 or 2 dependent clauses. And all of that makes up a compound complex sentence. I think it is important to understand these sentences and their structure so that you can tell a wonderful story and you can weave a tale with words that will captivate your audience. Sentences fall into 4 categories. You can have a declarative sentence, which makes a statement. You can have an interrogative sentence, which asks a question. You can have an imperative sentence, which gives a command or asks you to do something. And finally, you can have an exclamatory sentence, which expresses emotion and ends with an exclamation point. So those are the 4 categories that sentences can fall into. And as a writer, I think you should know that. In conclusion, I would like to just say that I feel it's important to go back to the basics of grammar, and this is just a fast, brief refresher. But I think an understanding of grammar and the sentence structure will help you to compose a compelling story. And to know that there are simple sentences and complex sentences and compound sentences will help you with the pacing of your story. If you want to express a lot of action, you use short sentences. They will move the story along. An example of this would be, she ran quickly down the hall, through the corridor, across the yard. And this is impromptu, but the short sentences move the story along fast. If you want to slow your story down, then you may use compound sentences, compound complex sentences, in addition to short sentences. I hope this has been helpful to you, and it's been a refresher for me. And please support me and continue to follow me on YouTube. You can connect with me on Instagram at eGriffinGore, or you can connect with me on Facebook. I have 3 Facebook accounts, Elizabeth Griffin Gore or Elizabeth Griffin. And check me out on Twitter at The Scrub Series. You can also find all of my books on Amazon and wherever audiobooks and ebooks are sold. Thank you again for spending a couple of minutes with me. I truly appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. It is Friday and I'm excited. And I will talk to you soon. Love, peace, and joy. Bye-bye.